I paused just for a moment there. Now it's time for Section 6. Thou art the harvest that reaps the stars, Part 3. This is another 5-arrow node, starting off with a no battle. Welcome back, J6. Yeah, we just discovered that those twins that are helping us out, the twins that are stuck in puberty, they've been stuck in puberty for 10,000 years. Living the same kind of day without being able to do anything new for 10,000 years. I think I can see why they wish to side against the gods and wish for death. You know, I think I now know why they wish for death. Interstellar, Mountainous City, Olympus. Great orbital shrine, Olympia Dodona, the center of its operations. A revelation is upon us, a revelation is upon us. Now is the time of revelation. He is all-powerful justice, the direct heir of primordial chaos and ruler of all things. He is the one who should keep all of humanity safe. He is the one who should rightfully rule over all worlds. He is the wielder of the great thunderbolts capable of shattering even the Adamas scythe. None less than the authority of Gaia and Malay bow to his will. He is the great demiurge, the one who wields the Cronus crown for all eternity. Now behold the words of the almighty Zeus. Zeus looks pretty intimidating. I can now see where Herc got his size and long, luxurious mane of hair from. You know? And looking at Zeus's beard, I can now only imagine Herc with a beard. Can you imagine Herc with a beard now, after seeing Zeus? There is work to be done. I command you by my name, Demeter, goddess of the land who grants the vast earth an abundant harvest, and my own flesh and blood. You are to eradicate the Chaldeans who lurk within my city. I permit you to use your Aletheia in every district of Olympus. May your piercing shriek shatter the bones of the enemies that threaten our world. As you wish, almighty Zeus. Your will is my command. These Chaldean demons strike fear into our very hearts of our citizens. And the citizens of Olympus may well be my own children, and my duty as mother is clear. I shall use every power and authority at my disposal to eradicate them. I swear to my beloved Persephone. What a lovely oath, my lovely goddess. I'm touched, truly. I see, so you have sworn an oath on your precious daughter, Lady Persephone. Then heavenly Zeus will certainly to be fulfilled, no matter what may try to stand in his way. Forgive me, King of Gods, but I may offer you a word of advice. As nice it is to see my alter ego colleague and fellow foreign god disciple Livo be so overcome with joy, with emotion, that is not why we are here. May there be any room for us to join her on this mission? Your help is not needed. I have no orders for the likes of you disciples. Well, that's a pity. It seems you have yet to fully earn your trust. May I say something, Father? Yes, Father. May Big Brother say something? Well, I do have my concerns about sending Demeter out on this mission. I'm happy to abide by your judgment if that's what you think is best. That being said, there is one thing I would like to ask. Please, tell me. Why did you place such a curse on that sage of proper human history? Oh. Oh no. Holmes is cursed! Holmes be cursed! Cursed be the Holmes! Oh. So you noticed that, Castor. Child of old whose veins run my blood. Very well then, I shall tell you. That sage is a prime example of the very worst of humanity. Thus, he does not deserve to be met with the full wrath of my lightning. I trust you can understand that. No, Sherlock was struck by, the lightning. I have not been struck by lightning. Though, again, it's weird,
But I kind of want to be struck by lightning. At least once, if I can guarantee my survival. And continued health, you know? I'd like to experience being struck by lightning if it does not do any undue harm to me. Father, if I may say one more thing, why did you not strike him dead on the spot? Big brother? And why do you even permit Chaldea's submarine to disembark on our holy land? If only I'd used your true great thunderbolts, the entire ship would be. Enough, Castor. You may be Almighty Zeus' child, but that does not mean leave you license to speak to him however you like. Remember, you are in the presence of the King of Gods.
It's all right. I forgive your transgression, Castor, and I admit your words possess an element of truth. Indeed, I am all-powerful. If I wished, I could easily have reduced them all to dust. However, there is one thing you must never forget. If I were to use the true strength of my great thunderbolts, they would demolish the city and obliterate the populace. Not even Demeter's regenerative gifts would be able to bring them back.
Okay, so Zeus is saying, I could have dealt with them, but I didn't want the populace to be taken care of, you know. I didn't want to dust everybody else. Sure, Zeus, sure.
We must protect the city. We must protect the populace.
You mean the being struck by lightning thing? No, I've kind of wanted to do that ever since, like, high school. You know? Ever since high school, I would say.
For ever since the second Machia, 14,000 years ago, the day we obtained the Cronus crown, we have ceased to be a fleet of mechanical arcs crossing the Sea of Stars, and have become gods.
I take it your divine revelation is over then. That must be quite tiring for you, King of Gods. Especially since merely keeping Olympus running must take at least 90% of your resources. Oh, okay. So Zeus is only using... So this is a cop-out for if we beat Zeus. Zeus is only using 10% of his true power to fight us. Okay. Right, Zeus, right. This is a way for Zeus to save face when we kick his butt. I can't tell you how sorry I am for letting these Chaldean insects slip inside.
I could say the same to you, Woodame. You have nothing to apologize for. You entrusted Canis with the task of stopping as I did with Odysseus. Both failed. Indeed, Chaldea surpassed both of our expectations. Revising our estimation of them is more than sufficient.
I cannot say I have.
I see. I don't know what to say. Hearing you say that to me, a mere human, makes me feel like I have even less of a leg to stand on. I may seem cool and collected, but I was actually steeling myself to face some kind of penalty. You are my friend. I know, so don't you want to admonish me at least a little? Heh. I could never let the other ships, gods, hear you tease me like that. But as it is just the two of us here, I cannot help but be more lenient with my judgments. Be at ease, young mage. There is no one else here for whom you need to perform. That goes for the foreign god too, of course. Even as we speak, I am using all my authority to keep this conversation private. Whatever we do or say here remains strictly between us. That said, even I cannot hide us from the priestess's prying eyes, loath though I am to admit it. That's because she's the observer. In a sense, she's even more trouble than the foreign god who still lacks a body altogether. But simply knowing that she will not hear what we have to say is more than enough, since that will give us an opportunity to verify our endgame goals with one another. It's a world fair that happened in 67. Okay. Did something happen at this world fair, J6? As you have surmised, Zeus, the foreign god is indeed keeping a close eye on me. The alter egos may be supervising the other cryptors, but only I have a direct link to the foreign god. If I were to act any way to counter the foreign god's interests, I would immediately be cut off from further aid. Which is why I had no choice but to say, grow the tree of emptiness. When it is done, the reconstruction of myth will take place. Yes, I remember that.
These two are actually seem to be equals. It's not just a facade. Well, that's cool. Kirstaria making buddies with Zeus. Maybe Zeus, maybe he isn't a beast. Maybe. I don't know.
You also said that the planet's surface activity would be restored to the age of gods, and that the gods would soon resume their reign. I agree with your conclusion, but insisted we face one another in combat. I said that if you truly believed in the ideals in which you spoke, you should demonstrate that you wield the necessary strength to bring them about. Of course, I lost that fight. I never thought I would learn firsthand how debilitating complacency could be.
Okay. Now they're just power ranking Kirstaria. Let's be honest here. Now they're just power ranking Kirstaria. Kirstaria beat Zeus, the king of the gods, the one who beat so many other things. How did Kirstaria beat Zeus? I legitimately want to know how the heck he beat Zeus. Did he beat Zeus at full strength? Did he beat Zeus at his 10%? Did he beat Zeus somewhere in between? I want to know exactly how much of a Chad Kirstaria is.
That was only because I planned ahead. I took a calculated risk that you wouldn't go all out if I spoke to you alone. Olympus is not part of Earth. It's a colony that continues to operate to this day. As its omnipotent god, you have an obligation to keep it running at all times. So it follows that you would not employ your full strength in an opening move against a lone mage like myself, yes?
Okay, so he beat Zeus at 10%. Got it. Kirstaria beat 10% Zeus. Okay. He got isekai'd into the Lostbelt. I mean, theoretically, they did all die and then the foreign god reincarnated them. Or brought them back to life, I guess, technically. And gave them their own worlds to work over. It does sound like an isekai. And Kirstaria does sound like the standard isekai OP protagonist, so...
I have to admit, you were a clever bastard of a human. As soon as you unveiled your meteor magecraft, I knew I had erred at the start. I quickly changed outputs, but by then it was too late. In boxing terms, I had already been knocked out.
How does Zeus know what boxing is?
What I wouldn't give to show Hades the signals Demeter and Aphrodite were emitting as they watched. I doubt there are any stories of those two staring slack-jawed in shock in any myths from your proper human history. I could say much the same of your own reaction as well. You look more like a kindly old man than a cold-blooded, all-powerful god. Have the other gods of this Lostbelt even ever seen the other possibilities you harbor? As if I would ever let them see such a thing. I am Zeus, the flagship of all Olympus. I am the all-powerful one who rules over even the other gods. Even this avatar to which you now speak is no more than a virtual self, created expressly to converse with you. It is both me and not me. Yes, good point. I may be hiding something, but being a ship, you are largely unable to do so. When you do something not expected of you, you can create a new function and have it act in your stead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you out. Let's return to the subject at hand.
So Zeus is wearing a mask, essentially. He's got the mask of an all-powerful, almighty killer god, but he's got other sides to his personality as well, okay? You recognize the foreign god's existence and accepted the Tree of Emptiness into your world. After all, you needed the Tree of Emptiness in order to preserve this Lostbelt, but at the same time... As long as the Tree of Emptiness is here, the foreign god will one day descend upon our world. And we Olympian gods cannot coexist with the foreign god. All we gods need is the Tree of Emptiness. The foreign god and the alter egos are our enemies. Nothing more. Thus, the instant the Tree of Emptiness is fully blossomed, we will revolt against them. I will claim the Tree of Emptiness for myself and destroy the foreign god's point of arrival. From there, I will purge this world of the last traces of insolent proper human history and establish our world of Olympus in its place. I remember you approached me with a contract back when that thought first occurred to me.
Your exact words were, "There is no need for you to explain your decision with words. King of the gods, I implore you to form a contract with me, for our ultimate objectives are the same." That was your way of suggesting we project this Lostbelt from the foreign god, wasn't it?
I wouldn't be so bold as to say protect, as you and I both seek the same outcome. I only wanted your help so that our goal would be realized even if one of us were to fall. I trust your feelings and that have not changed.
Of course not. I may oppose proper human history, but I do not oppose humanity. I promise you that in the event of your death, I will carry on protecting humanity in your stead. Even if it should come to light that you have been deceiving us and acting on proper human history's behalf. As long as you are not openly to blame for your actions, I will accept you, warts and all.
I hear you loud and clear, Zeus. It seems our plan remains unchanged. There are only a few days left until the Tree of Emptiness reaches a critical point. Until that time comes, we shall continue to work towards the reconstruction of the Age of Gods.
You continue to walk a tightrope with the forward god, Olympus, and Chaldea all aiming to knock you off. And you do so with aplomb. Wait, what am I? There is one thing I would like to verify as well.
Yes.
You told Cadus the stars indicated you would need to fight 2 more times, yes? One of those happened at Atlantis, leaving only 1 more. So you are to save your final battle for me. Understood. I forbid you to waste it on either Chaldea or the alter egos. I want to fight you once again. And I want to stake the future of this world of gods upon our battle.
Of course. When that time comes, I will gladly face you with all my strength, so that I may live up to your expectations. So they're planning a one-on-one, over-the-power, no-holds-bars fight. That's what friends do, you know. That's friendship right there. That's friendship. What an unpleasant surprise. Exactly who gave you permission to stand there, human? Olympia Derona's corridors are reserved for gods alone. They are no place for humans to loiter. Beryl! I see. Well, I do beg for forgiveness if I offended you, O goddess of beauty. I was trying to hide my pitiful human self behind a pillar so as to not upset your divine mood, but I guess it wasn't successful. You are new here, are you? Another one of those mages from proper human history? Cryptors, was it? Let's see, there's Catexum Lupus, who reminds me of a filthy little puppy. Pepperoncino, who reminds me of a nasty vulture. And what are you exactly? Are you really a cryptor? Nothing about you stands out. I can't even think of an animal you remind me of. How dreadfully boring. Ouch, you cut me to the quick, goddess. But yes, you're exactly right. As you can see, I'm but a humble, harmless human. If you think me as pitiable, it would only ask that you find it in your divine heart to offer me some tiny modicum of compassion. Compassion? You want me to spend my precious time thinking about a human? Humans are weak and deserving of our protection. I'm even willing to lend them a hand when they need help. But that's as far as it goes. We are the gods of Olympus. We would never waste our time on something so foolish as thinking about humans, especially not here. Not even a comrade of Gerstaria. Know your place, human. You couldn't be more right, goddess. Please forgive my foolish offense. You see, I only just arrived from an incredibly barbaric island. Every person there had their hands full taking care of themselves. Any faith they might have had in something greater has long been lost. Not that there was even any gods in the world to begin with. Of course, compared to that, Olympus has been truly divine in every sense of the word. Indeed, your glorious light is still far too bright for my poor eyes. I can only hope you can laugh off my slight as foolish remarks of a hopeless country bumpkin. Oh, Beryl, you're trying to manipulate. He's trying to manipulate with those clouded glasses of his. A word with the gods, Such a place is better off being pruned. Very well, Cryptor, you may not be worthy of my consideration, but I can spare you a bit of my pity. I can only imagine how much you must have suffered in the Lostbelt without a single god. So I will overlook your current transgressions here in light of your wise decision to abandon that foolish Lostbelt. Now then, what is your name? Your mercy and kindness move me to my core, goddess. I have no words to express my gratitude and respect. My name is Beryl Gut. If I had proved you worthy of you remembering me, even if only for a fleeting moment, I will know joy beyond measure. Beryl, what a strange ring your name has. It almost sounds like blood spattering against a wall. Very well, Beryl, come to my shrine. You are going to tell me, and only me, about this Lostbelt, this land of fairies at the ends of the world you abandoned. It would be my pleasure, my goddess. But first, may I ask of you something? I can't seem to find a close friend of mine here no matter where I look. It's Karak, the one you said reminds you of a puppy. Would you happen to know where I might find him? Of course not. I couldn't possibly care less about such a hapless creature. He's probably out somewhere enjoying one of the city's automated brothels. Automated? I don't want to know. Like, I really don't want to know. Is that so? Well, that works out nicely. I see. Yes, that does sound like something Kadok would do. But in that case, Lady Aphrodite, if Kadok is out in the city now, I mean according to the revelation from the King Gods. Oh, yes, if he's out in the sea now, he'll probably end up dead, caught up in the eradication of Chaldea. As a pathetic member of proper human history, rather than one of our citizens of Olympus, I doubt there will be so much as a trace of him left. Indeed, this may sound heartless of me, but if that's his fate, then so be it. After all, you are the goddess of love, and love can at times be cruel. You were never one to come to the aid of mortals, even in proper human history. For my part, I can only hope and pray that Kadok is still somewhere on this shrine. What about the other 12 Olympians? Say, for example, the goddess of the land and harvest, who has long protected nature and animals, and humans alike. Oh, yes, Demeter. Good question. I'm not really sure. There would be no problem if she could remain the steely, cold-blooded goddess she used to be. But Demeter... she has always been much too kind for a mechanical god. Much too kind for a mechanical god, huh? Okay, I'm not going to keep reading these titles for everything. South District. Okay, I'll read South District, though. All of a sudden, an enormous flock of birds took to the sky, causing people to instinctively look up. But it was only a flock of birds taking flight. Nothing else of note occurred. Today would play out peacefully, just as yesterday had. Soon there would become another peaceful tomorrow to take its place. That was what everyone thought just before it happened. Before it happened. What's happening? It was an enormous sphere. A massive steel object as tall as most of the nearby skyscrapers. This was the true form of a god. This was one of the gods that reigned supreme over Olympus. One of the arcs that crossed the Sea of Stars long ago. Oh, this is probably Demeter. Demeter's looked better. This was the Alethea that presided over the land. This was Demeter, the mechanical goddess of the land and harvest. As a mother goddess who inherited much from Gaia, her name means Mother Earth. She saves humanity by giving them ambrosia, which grants immortality. She nurtures humanity by keeping her supply towers running at every hour of every day. Her love for humans is genuine, but... ah, how sad, how tragic. Death is so sorrowful. Endings are such misery. Oh, my beloved citizens of Olympus, my darling precious children. I'm so sorry to have to do this, but I need to take your lives for a moment. Commencing demolition! What is Demeter about to... Okay. Fall? An earthquake? No way. That didn't feel like it came from the ground. That's Demeter's power. Believe me, I'd know these massive vibrations everywhere. Scream Eleusis. It's, well, a scream deprived from Demeter's authority that can tell massive expanses of land in an instant. It's powerful enough to destroy entire city districts. She could use it to pull all of Olympus in probably half a day. Did you say all of Olympus? That's right, she must be trying to kill us. No, she must be trying to kill you guys. You know she has to reduce a whole city to rubble to do it. So she's attacking the whole city, but we've established that the people of Olympus can res. So if it takes some time to resurrect, and they're still technically dead, that means our kill count is gonna go down if we destroy this Lostbelt before they can resurrect. Okay, whew, that's a massive burden off my conscience. She's attacking the whole city. Yes, her scream kills everything it touches. She must be counting on all of us to be somewhere in the areas she's targeting, as that's all she needs for her attack to succeed. This was how the gods brutally cleared the heroic spirits from proper human history. Fo-fo! So they don't even think anything of sacrificing their own city. But wait, I just remembered. Adele, didn't you say that? The power of the gods is the only thing that can kill these immortal people. But while they're practically immortal, they're not truly immortal. That's what you said, right? That's right. So then does that mean this very moment, Demeter is massacring hundreds of thousands of people? Yeah, but nobody's gonna care. Not when they know she'll just regenerate everything she kills or destroys later. It's what she did back during the Third Machia, and it's what she's did when she killed Nikola Tesla's group, too. With Demeter's authority, she could easily massacre every Olympian who swears allegiance to her, and bring everything back the way it was in just a few days. Our glorious gods, eh? So even death can be cured in this world. So... okay, so if Demeter wipes out all of the people of Olympus, and then we kill Demeter, then it's on her no longer alive consciousness. Although that does beg the interesting philosophical question. If you can kill somebody who is the only person that can resurrect the dead, then are you, in essence, a mass murderer? Okay, no, better. If you kill somebody who recently killed a lot of people but can bring them back to life, are you responsible for the deaths of all the people that the person that killed but can resurrect killed? But you also said you felt pain, right, Adele? Even if they know they'll be brought back to life, being crushed to death inside a building must still be a terrifying experience. Yeah, maybe it sounds weird because I'm not immortal myself, but, yeah. Assuming that the goddess of the land's authority truly is capable of completely restoring a person's physical body, the notion that the experience of dying would somehow not affect the victim psychologically is, I must admit, that while this is unexplored territory, the prospect seems extremely unlikely at best. I see you care about the same things they did. Some said it didn't matter what the people of this Lostbelt went through, since they were all going to disappear when proper human history was restored anyways. But that didn't prevent the heroic spirits of our alliance from trying to save them from the gods' devastating attack. What's more... now that I've been on standby for so long, I took the liberty of rebooting myself. Adele, Macarius, people of Calderia. Given how you twins are more sensitive than most people, and according to the old Lionhead, the Master and Demi-Servant from Chaldea are just as much, if not more so. I imagine you must be absolutely twisting yourselves into knots over this dreadful state of affairs. I know, because we did too. And with the benefit of that experience, I will ensure you don't make the same mistake we did. Now then, let's resume Operation God Destroyer. Operation God Destroyer. Kill the gods. Formation restricted. It is Musashi required. Mash needs to be in the starting line. We have Saber, Assassin, Berserker. Saber, Assassin, Berserker. Lancer, Assassin, Berserker. This setup should probably be fine. Probably. We can swap in Musashi if need be. I forgot to check Mash. She has her new outfit, though. She no longer has her VR visor. So that's nice. No more VR visor for Mash. Ah, how sad, how tragic. Death is so sorrowful, endings are such misery. However, as long as I have my authority, death will be but a memory, and no life on Olympus will ever truly end. You know, we need King Hassan up in here, and yet, I still can't help but feel this is terribly sad. Raising South District. I'm glad I turned down my headphones. Very glad. It's burning. Even as they run about in confusion and distress, the people of the city continue to pray. Oh, Lady Demeter, Lady Demeter, Lady Demeter, please forgive us. Please have mercy. Please, 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 please return my lost arm. Please, my child was crushed to death. Please, spare us. How can this be happening again so soon? Please spare us. Please, give us the ambrosia, quickly. But their cries fall on deaf ears, their prayers remaining unanswered. The situation above ground is sheer chaos. None of the people in town are even looking our way. I have visual on the target. Demeter is approximately 2,000 meters away. As luck would have it, it's her big metal ass that's facing us. Let's do what we can while we have the chance. Right. Fo-fo! Given that the Tree of Emptiness is deeply connected to the given Lostbelt's king, logically speaking, the only god our Operation God Destroyer would need to concern itself with is Zeus. One could even go so far as to call the whittling down the enemy fighting forces completely meaningless. However, while there are certainly some heroic spirits, especially those from times of war, who ruled large countries, who are able to ignore the screams of innocent bystanders. No doubt they are used to having little concern for human lives, throwing them away like so much refuse. But to that I say this. Is throwing away lives what makes one a hero? Is being able to kill the mark of a champion? Yes, I suppose heroes may need to be callous at times, but it's not callousness that makes them heroes in my book. If just killing and never doing anything good was all it took to be a hero, then there would be no distinction between heroes and killers whatsoever. No, it is overcoming adversity, breaking through the dark of night and saving, not taking lives, that makes one a hero. If a true hero is forced to take one life, it is only in order to save another, even if that other is their own. So, my fellow compatriots, if you, like us, are enraged by the destruction you see before you, then rest assured there is a way to defeat the one causing it, while we may have left our battles with themselves before it was completed. The Collaborator has since completed our secret weapon, one which gives us more than even odds for victory. Thank you for sharing your opinion, however it did strike me as a tad long-winded for an impassioned mission speech. Oh, wouldn't you say that's the pot calling the kettle black? I can't say I expected this AI to come with a timer function. The reason I went to the trouble of making that speech, good Chaldeans, was to verify your feelings on the subject. What happens next is up to you, so Soul, what will you do? I'm gonna stop that god. Right. Foe! I got out again, foe. Please, get back in the storage space. Status report, 7-link heroic spirit cannon activated. 400 seconds until we can fire. Commencing Operation God Destroyer 1. Demeter Maneuver. Good luck, everyone. The Demeter Maneuver. Approximately 30 minutes ago. God Destroyer Alliance Base, Olympus Underground. Operation God Destroyer, what's that? It's what it sounds like. It's the name for the strategies we came up with to take down each of the gods. They've been the God Destroyer Alliance's goal for a long time. However, they're the whole reason our alliance exists, and luckily, Tesla's group made a ton of headway on them. Unfortunately, we failed in our attempt, so now we would like to pick up where we left off. Please help us. I'm sure Matama had a hand in bringing you here. These spirit origins of ours may not know you, but you have fought alongside other versions of us before, right? I remember you. We met back in America. We both fought against and alongside each other. I'm sure you'll all fight this to the very best of your ability, but knowing you, I can promise you this. It still won't be easy. Which is why we have this. What is it? Senpai, that mechanism. Foe? Oh, it's a Killernomia injector. Cool. Right, externally it appears to be very similar to the ones we saw in Atlantis. This is an original model, so I'm sure it's a cut above what you saw in the terms of effectiveness and precision. After all, Killernomia never degrade while they're near the Cronus Crown, a symbol of the King Gods. I'm guessing the Cronus Crown is the giant mechanical thing above the Great Shrine? That's right, it used to belong to the Cronus back before the first Machia. So that's what keeps the Authority nanomachines in good working order, huh? Sounds like extra divine providence. Fo-fo! Well there, careful, foe. You don't want to get too close. Not unless you want that adorable fluffy body of yours to start swelling up like some kind of muscle balloon. Fo-fo-kyo! Theseus Killernomia contain the authority of both Athena and Ares, the two gods of war. What about Kratos? They're very pure nanomachines that usually only given to the royal guard stationed in the Great Shrine. They should be of huge help in combat. at least until their effect wears off. Anyway, they're one of the more powerful weapons to go with the collaborators' help. Normally, heroic spirits can't hold candle to the gods, so you'll need to use these powers to power up your spirit origins. Ares Calorinomia. Back in Atlantis, we heard these were long gone. I see. Well, don't worry, that's not the case here. They don't exactly grow on trees, but rest assured, we do have high-purity Calorinomia from all 12 Olympians here, usually with their direct human-based spirit origins, but fortunately, we know how to adjust them to work on you. So basically getting a free power-up, huh? That's great. It's like the Buddha himself has come to drag us out of hell. Those of us who live by the sword aren't picky about using whatever it gives us to have it. At least not if you live by my Niten Ichiryu. Granted, I'm sure there are also regular heroic spirits capable of cutting down gods, but never mind those for now. I'd like to use them too, if you don't mind, under those current circumstances. I also agree that I can't be picky about how we even the odds. Is that okay with you, Master? Be careful, Mash. If I can't get nano machines, at least you can. At least Mash can. Thank you, Senpai. Don't worry. If I feel anything is wrong with my vitals, I'll let you know right away. That said, I think I'll be just fine. I saw what it was like for everyone else to fight with Killer Anomia back in Atlantis. Now it's my turn. Why couldn't I get some? If you'll stand over there, Master Musashi, I'll begin the Killer Anomia injected and bonding process. And while we're doing that, I'll go over exactly what Demeter is. Here's a video feed of what's taking place above ground right now. This is Demeter, Goddess of the Land, aka Demeter Interstellar Voyage Supply and Production Ship. She provides the Olympus interstellar fleet with the supplies they need, and on Earth she provides people with infinite resources. She's said to be the god who inherited the most from Gaia, one of the original prototype ships. She possesses authority over the harvest, in other words, production and regeneration. While her power does consume a fair amount of magical energy, she rarely has to worry about running out thanks to the construction she, along with the other gods, have to the god-made ley line in Olympus Crystal Mountain range. Theoretically, she can regenerate from any amount of damage, making it impossible to completely destroy her. And if that wasn't bad enough, she also possesses Screama Lucius, a destructive authority to break down old and dead inorganic matter into reasonable resources. Between infinite regeneration defense and massively destructive attacks, she's a very powerful opponent. There's no way you can hope to defeat her in a normal battle. But I see, yes, that's certainly about what I would expect when going up against one of the 12 Olympians. What about that oral dissonance you two used yesterday? It appeared to do a good job at cutting the gods off from their magical energy resources. Well, that is one of the Alliance's trump cards, but it's not one we can use freely. Plus, it takes a while to charge the magical energy, so it's still out of commission right now. Not to mention that the real thing is somewhere else right now. Sorry. I suppose I should have expected. It wouldn't be that easy. However, we've been developing a secret weapon on the sly. The 7-link heroic spirit cannon. With it, we have non-zero chance of actually slaying the gods. Yeah, it's a very impressive name, but what is it? Unfortunately, it wasn't ready when Tesla's group was still here, but it's ready now. With the heroic spirit cannon complete, we can finally fight back without having to cower in fear of the gods. The 7-link heroic spirit cannon. I'm not typically one to get excited about weaponry, but there's something about that name that gets my heart dancing. The 7-link heroic spirit cannon. Yes, the gods may have defeated us, but our loss was not in vain. Our path to victory was viable, we simply weren't able to take it. But now our corpses have paved the way, and the path forward is clear. So go and be victorious. Okay, thanks guys. Now let me take it from here, or we'll be here all day. Alright, so the 7-link heroic spirit cannon is basically a giant super Mahatama cannon. It's a type of mystic code that all 7 of us heroic spirits pulled our magical energy into, making, you could even call it a mage-craft weapon of sorts. It used Kilronomia from the Olympian gods who were in coexistence faction and were defeated during the last Machia. Hades, god of the underworld, Apollo, god of the sun, Ares, god of war, Hephaestus, god of the forge. All 7 of us, along with the collaborator, designed it to fire a pretty powerful projectile. It should be able to expose a mechanical god's divine core with a direct hit, which would open up for further attack. This can work, I'm sure of it. Now let's get down to how exactly we're going to pull this off. Our target is Demeter, the mechanical god destroying Olympus South District, advancing as we speak. It looks like she's digging deep into the ground, too, which means it's only a matter of time until she also destroys the space. So we've got to fire the heroic spirit cannon before she can get the chance. According to our calculations, these are the 4 optimal positions from which the cannon can inflict the most damage. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta. Our job is to lure Demeter into one of these positions and score a direct hit on her with the heroic spirit cannon, after which we can just wail on her. This is our surest path to victory right now, but be careful, the heroic spirit cannon may technically be complete now, but it can still only be fired once. If it misses, you'll be in big trouble. One shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, you better. Calorimia injection and bonding process is complete. Vitals all look good. I'm all set too. This is amazing. I can feel the energy welling up inside of me, magical and otherwise. As for the stuff with the cannon, we were listening along too, and I think I got the gist. Basically, we hit this goddess ship thingy with a special cannon, and it'll be time to cut her down to size. Sounds like a plan to me. Now let's all come make it happen. Are you all with me, Soul?
Let's do it!
Operation God Destroyer, begin. Right, Master. Foe! There's just one last thing you should be aware of. We don't have time to get into the details now, but just be careful about what you say up on the surface. Down here you can say whatever you want, but up there make sure not to mention our base or names. I got it. I understand. All set? Great. Then let's get this operation started.
Let's get this party started.
I have visual on the target. Demeter is making her way through the South District, moving from the northern area to the southern. She's laying waste to everything in her path. She's going to destroy this entire region unless we stop her. And that's probably a game plan. If she doesn't find us here in the south, she'll keep destroying all the other districts, one by another, until she does. I'll say this about the plan. It's a pretty solid approach to killing us all, no matter where we might be hiding. Case in point, the Alliance base is right in the southern tip's underground infrastructure. These guys don't do anything by halves, that's for sure. If nothing else, it'll give us points for style. Last time, Demeter stopped her assault after she'd killed her spirits above ground. But this time, we don't know what her ultimate objective is. For all we know, she might really destroy the entire city. Either way, we're not going to take this lying down. No way in hell am I going to let this god destroy the city or wipe out our base. What's the latest status on the 7th-link or spear cannon? It's all set up on the rooftop. Disguise sniper in the middle of the southern district. We're aiming it at point Alpha as we speak. Find a way to lure Demeter there. We'll open fire as soon as we have it on our sights. Foe! Please get back in the storage space, Foe. Let me go over this one more time. Don't need to reiterate the point. Demeter is not acting alone. She's being accompanied by a number of escorts located directly beneath her. Specifically, it's a swarm of destructive machines and steel demonic beasts. You should be able to draw Demeter's attention by finding these escorts and destroying them one at a time. Our analysis tells us Demeter relies exclusively on her overwhelmingly powerful abilities in combat, so she has no understanding of strategy or tactics to apply to battle. So the plan is to hit the nearby enemies hard, draw Demeter's attention, and lead her to Alpha Point Alpha, eh? Fascinating, yes, most fascinating indeed. It seems phase 1 of this anti-machine god strategy can be described as, we won't know until we try. Forms? Where did that come from, man? I'm shocked too, Senpai. I can't recall Sherlock Holmes ever saying something so cavalier before. It's almost sounded to me like he was just, well, saying something for the hell of it. Ha ha ha, I assure you, Miss Carolette, I was being quite sincere. Does he usually say that kind of stuff, or was he hitting the pipe of his when we weren't looking? No, well, I very much enjoy a good pipe. I'm quite sober at the moment, nor am I anyone else disguised as me. No, now more importantly, I'm sensing a number of magical energy signals not too far from us. Am I the only one? You're right, it's a group of Demeter's escorts. They appear to be about 200 meters away. And Demeter herself is 2,200 meters past them. We're close enough to begin an operation. Fool! So, Soul, what's our next move? Ready for battle. Understood. Prelim time, huh? Fine by me. Very well, let us begin phase 2 of this anti-machine god strategy. There can only be one move we can make. Pardon the yawn. Delicious water. 1 of 1. Okay. The Athena Killer Anomia. What does that do for Mashu? Quick Arts Buster effectiveness and defense, and 1 HP, restore and recover once. Alright. So Mash has guts. That's honestly awesome. And an all stats buff. How big of a buff are we talking, though? I must know. And so I will buff Mashu to her fullest potential here. Except for, you know, the Buster buff. And then Mashu can use her NP. Mold Camelot. Pardon the yawn. 21,000. Okay, not bad. Not bad, not bad, Mash. And that's neutral damage, actually. Alright, 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 alright. Still doing a little bit less than Merlin, but Merlin is doing buff damage. And that assassin just nullified buff. That's not nice. How long is that? It's a permanent one. One left. Do that then. There we go. And do. Almost got the Chimera down. Mashu no longer has her buffs, unfortunately. And the assassin is about to strike. It will not do very effective damage against anybody, so we'll continue along this path. Chimera down. Ooh, nice crit. Yeah, that did jack diddly squat to me. This big guy might actually hurt. I'm pretty sure it's an AoE attack too, so let's not and say we didn't. And now we can just focus down this fool. Doot. This way. I want to get a Brave Chain with Mashu. See how much she smacks with a Brave Chain. And how much a full Buster Blast will smash. She's got no buffs yet. She's doing 34k with her attacks. So the NP from the Anti-Personnel Annihilation device fully clears buffs. That's more than a little annoying. Go like this. Or the Large Scale Annihilator. Large Scale Annihilator is buff cleanse. The Annihilation device is a buff block. That's very annoying. Fairly annoying indeed. But I mean, they're barely touching us damage-wise, which is nice. Yeah. Had to think there for a moment, but we will have Mash's Buster boost before all this fades. And this hopefully should give us enough oomph to finish business. Mashu Brave Chain again. If we have to fight multiple nodes of this, though, I will probably not be using Mash. I'll probably use a separate servant with AoE clear potential. Because, okay, that was a 90k crit, was that not? That was a freaking 90k crit. 98,000. Hot diggity dog. I need a Buster crit from Mash against the Large Scale Annihilator. Doot. I don't think I'll get one, though, because that's both of Mash's Buster cards. Sadness, tears, I cry every time. Unless I want to make this fight go even longer, but I don't. So, yeah. Looks like it's gonna go longer one way or another. But yeah, we'll start bringing proper ordnance to deal with these. Probably gonna need a saber. Saber or Zerker. There's a Mashu Brave Chain. Sadly, after all of her buffs are gone, but still, we'll go for it. She'll technically have a Brave Chain next turn as well. You know what? Let's draw the fire. Because the thing is apparently only single target. I could have swore it was multi, but I guess not. Go, Mashu, go. Mashu, do the smashu. That looked like a little bit of lag on Reflector's part. Go for the Brave Chains. Yeah, I think if I do proper class advantage here, maybe even with just Berserkers, this shouldn't be too bad. Oh, this had a Nullify buff as well. Lovely. Is this favoritism? Yes. Do I care? No. Give Mashu all the buffs. So that she may hopefully one-shot the remainder of this large skill Annihilator. Doom. There we go. Well done, Mashu. Well done. 112k. Alright. So that was a test run with Mashu being buffed up. I like Mashu being buffed up. If she has those buffs, then I might actually take on Zeus with them. If she has them, but... Archer, Lancer, Assassin. That makes things finicky. Okay, Mash does not need to be in the front lines here. Nearly knocked my phone out of my hand. Okay. Who do I want to bring? That is the question. If I bring a Lancer, they're not going to be very effective against the Lancer, but that's fine. You know what? Yeah, that's just fine. Aresh. There you be. Alright, Aresh. This should be fine. Yes, this should be fine. We'll go ahead and switch Mystic Codes, though, for this fight. To listen. And... actually, no. Let's... yeah, this will be fine. What am I saying? And let's go. Let's get down to business to defeat the gods. Man, oh man, I feel great. These Ares Killer Onomi are amazing. Confirming all hostiles down. The Athena Killer Onomi are amazing too. I've been able to raise the Ortonex output to 90%. Master, with these on our side, I think we should have no problem going toe-to-toe with Olympus forces. However, we'll still need more power in order to place a mechanical To face a mechanical god, in this case, we require the 7-link heroic spirit cannon to break their shielding. And let's forget it's only a matter of time until the escort troops you just defeated regenerate. So keep making your way through them until you get to Demeter. Onward! Oh, how sad, how tragic. Death is so sorrowful, endings are such misery. Demeter is changing direction. Instead of heading to the southern edge, she started moving towards the east. What the? Why isn't she trying to use her unstoppable regenerative and offensive abilities on us? Damn it, change of plans. Forget about points alpha and beta. Hurry to point gamma. Demeter's escorts are reconstructing themselves and changing formation. Try to get our attention by destroying them again. Multiple threats detected. The reconstructed escorts are making their way towards us. Good grief, talk about your loyal guard dogs. Still, this would seem to work in our favor. Let's make extra sure that Demeter's attention this time. Are you ready for another round of strenuous combat, ladies and gentlemen? Battle positions, everybody. Right, Master, preparing to resume battle operations. Resume the battle. Endless battle. Okay, this isn't too bad. The only issue being I don't want to waste an NP on this first wave. Almost. But yeah, an MP would be wasted on this first wave. Doot. I would really appreciate it, Large Scale Annihilator, if you left frickin' Waver alone. Like, I already have to heal him now. Doot. I mean, this means the Archer is going to be on the second wave at least, so that's going to be easier to deal with. Although now I think now is when I can use it. But that's a BAQ from Aresh, so that's going to be guaranteed KO here and possibly some good star gen. As well as a guaranteed NP, so everything else is just going to be buffs for the Buff Lords. Not a single crit amongst those attacks. Ooh, an Origin Hydra, and some tougher enemies, so I'm actually kind of glad I... Okay, this could be bad, / dangerous, but we'll be fine. Is this a lot of pointless NP charge lost? Yes. Yes, it is. But I'm fine. Aresh, smash. Easy peasy. Well, that wasn't too bad. The forces are going down nice and easy like smooth butter. Caster, okay. Mash isn't required in the front. You know what? Let's bring Melt in. And with Melt comes Scotty. Okay. This should be... And you know what? This is... You know what? This will be fine. But let's actually go to the level 100 one of these. I didn't realize I was not using level 100. That's my bad. Though, to be honest, I probably have enough credits craft essence CE bonus whatevers to get it to level 100. I'm just lazy. And apparently blind. Where is Golden Sumo? My eyes are as opened as they can be. Where is the sumo that is golden? There it is. Alright. Let's do this. Fight whatever forces are left. I should have... Why did I bring Melt when I should have brought a, I should have brought Okitan or something. Damn it. I just see a cavalry class and I think, Melt time! There, we broke through the second wave of our escorts. And we can still do this. Seriously, these war god nanowhatsits are freaking amazing. I'm not about to convert from Buddhism anytime soon, but I can still totally get the appeal. Thanks for helping out. Anyway, this is thought I've gotten Demeter's attention by... Ah, how sad, how tragic. Death is so sorrowful, endings are such a misery. Oh, my beloved children of Olympus, my darling precious children. Still don't have our attention. Well, she's ignoring us. It seems Demeter does not get involved in her escort's affairs. I suppose they must be all operating independently then. Fo-fo? These escorts are only slowing us down. If we were to lure Demeter, if we were to lure Demeter to point Gamma, it seems we'll have to get us in front of her and make her notice us. Alright, J6. I've only got like half an hour left or so in this stream. It's only going to look like 2, maybe 3 sections, depending on how big the next one is, so that doesn't bode well. But I hope to see you next time, man. She may have limitless capacity for regeneration, but even she cannot ignore a direct hit to the face. She wants to be directly attack a god. I'll even go so far as to say that the third phase of this anti-machine god strategy is hit them as hard as you can. This is the wisdom of Sherlock Holmes' great siege of proper human history has to offer. It's a reckless, foolhardy plan, but the premise is sound. Okay, Mash, Musashi, and Soul, the rest is up to you. Don't even think about trying to defeat her, just holding out against her will be more fiendishly difficult than you can possibly imagine. But for the plan to succeed, you will have to evade her attacks and hold out as best you can until you lead her to Point Gamma. Okay. How sad, how tragic. Death is so sorrowful, endings is such misery. She's gonna just keep saying that, isn't she? She's been repeating the same crap for a while now. God, yes. Macerator, not so much. Hell, I bet most of those modern-day kitchen appliance AIs are chattier than her. She could learn a thing or two from a good kabuki show. Alright, that's about all the bluffing I can muster. What do you think, Soul? Yeah, she's about as eloquent as a microwave. I knew it. Then let's keep this attitude up for one last push. Denver's approximately 2,600 meters away from our current position. Deploying rapid movement change. Charge to initiate battle. Okay. So depending on how big the next section is will determine how I proceed here. If it's too large of a section, I might call this part of the stream here, and I might be back at like, say, 7-ish or so to continue with things. I do not yet know. Oh. Who? Chaldea? My, naughty children must be punished. Oh, and... Thank you, it's just Joey1883 for the follow. Thank you kindly. Demeter. Big old one. No, I do not watch Mushoku Tensei. It's on the list of things to watch, but it's not been watched by me yet. This fight is Pain on Earth. Good to know. So, Divine Core of the Great Land EX. Resistance to all attacks and immune to all debuffs. Lovely. Imitation Immortality EX. Recover HP at the end of each turn, and when HP reaches 0, recover HP once and survive. Okay. One who crossed the starry ocean. B. Increase damage dealt to servants with the power of the stars. What non-type moon anime crossover would I want for FGO? That is honestly a tough one. What non-type moon-related anime crossover would I want? That That's honestly not something I've really thought of. Danmachi might be interesting. Danmachi might admittedly be interesting, but, like, at the same time, there is, like, points to say no to Danmachi. I wouldn't say something like Dragon Ball, just because the power scales are too vastly different. Let me see how Melt does here, and then I'll think. Shield Hero could be interesting as well. Ooh, no. Oh, no. This isn't good. Defense and damage cut. This is a survival battle, isn't it? I just have to survive, don't I? I don't think I can actually win this one. My crits are doing jack shit with these buffs on her. I mean, she's not doing too much in the way of damage, at the very least. Yeah, I know it's not the final fight, but I wanted to at least do some damage. It's kind of, I'm gonna admit, it's a little bit annoying that they're throwing these fights where we can't do anything to the bosses. First it was God Juna, now it's Demeter. It's just not fair. Not fair. But, with regards to the FGO possible cross, I haven't watched Demon Slayer, but it is on the list of things to watch. Its concept seems fairly interesting, so I could see that being a pretty cool crossover. SAO is too low powered. Attack on Titan is just... I don't really know much about it. I don't really know much about Attack on Titan, so I can't really say otherwise. But it does seem like another fairly low-powered world. JoJo's admittedly might be interesting as well. Okay, that's that battle done. Awesome! Battle done. The next section will tell me if I continue to stream or if I call for like a couple of hour break. So, game, what will the next section be? Alright, J6, hope to see you later. How sad, how tragic. Death is so sorrowful, endings so tragic. Get some new lines, Demeter! Why? Why do you hurry to your deaths? Shatter! She's gonna kick it up a notch. I somehow managed to withstand our large-scale magical energy emanation. The Ortonax auto maintenance is still working. Theoretically, I should be able to take 2 more strikes. Are you alright, Master? I'm fine, thank you, Mashu. Of course. There we finally have the big gal's attention. Although, not only is your armor super tough, it really does regenerate before your eyes, huh? Well, obviously, never get anywhere like this. We've got to fight mass with mass. Soul, how's that part going? It isn't much, but she has slightly altered her course to face us. Assuming she doesn't further alter her course, she should arrive at Point Gamma in due time. So far, so good, as they say, but I can't help but wonder, how many more times can we weather that assault? Even with Miss Carolite's considerable defenses, I'm also forced to conclude that 2 more strikes is our limit. Suffice to say, things are not looking good. Fa-foo! Foe? Damn it, this is bad. Enemy reinforcements are headed this way from the East District, and fast. It's the Olympus official guards. Depending on their numbers, it might not be a match for them, even in your powered-up states. So you are the Chaldeans, the demons who would defy Lady Ember and turn their blades on the gods of Olympus. We will cut you all down, women and children or not. Master. They make it here through all the explosions, alright? They come back to me. Makes sense. Man, if Demeter wasn't a hell of a handful of her own, now I've got a bunch of tough-ass soldiers who don't even fear their own death to deal with, too. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, way more than I can count. Saying things aren't looking good was kind of the understatement. Alright, Shinmin Musashi, how are you gonna get out of this one? I don't know. How will Musashi get out of this one? The choice will be yours on the next section! 1 quartz and 2 more divine ley line spiritons. Alright.